How difficult is the transition from school to work in Serbia? In Serbia, the unemployment rate for youth aged 15 to 29 was 34.9% in 2015, compared to the EU rate of 16.1%. It's obvious that young men and women, after completing their education, are much less likely to find a job in Serbia than in EU countries. And even when they do find a job, it often does not provide them with security. What kind of difficulties do young men and women encounter when they find a job? As many as 20% of young workers aged 15 to 29 years do not have a written contract. And 45% of young people have jobs, but no social security or health insurance coverage, nor the right to annual paid or sick leave. 40% of young workers have only temporary contracts. Although legally stipulated full-time employment is 40 hours per week, around 55% of youth in Serbia work between 40 and 50 hours per week, and almost another 20% work in excess of 50 hours per week. How long does it take for a young person to find a first stable or satisfactory job? On average, 2 years after completing their education. Young people who have completed primary education take the longest to find a job, almost 4 years. Then those who have completed secondary education, 2 years, while young people with tertiary education spend 1 year looking for a job on average. Because they wait too long for their first job, young men and women in Serbia often end up taking a job for which they're overqualified. In Serbia, 1 in 5 young people have a job for which they're overqualified. That is, a job for which their educational achievement exceeds the qualifications required. How long do young people in Serbia search for a job, and how does this search end? Research shows that the school-to-work transition in Serbia is slow, and that the quality of jobs held by young people is not satisfactory. In addition, long-term unemployment spells in the early career are associated with long-term spells of unemployment throughout life and lower income in the entire career. The unfavourable labour market situation reflects badly on society as a whole, as young people not having a satisfactory job decide to leave their parental home, get married and start their own family later in life. A more successful transition from school to work leads to a more successful and prosperous society.